Let there be peace and love. Welcome to Satsang. You are always yourself. You are always the reality which only is. What you are not always is the one you think you are. So if you understand that there is absolutely no concept which the mind will present, which will help one to simply keep quiet in what he is always, then you are in trouble, because the concept of ignorance or of being lost away from reality brings the concept of freedom. And of course, if this identification to be someone has not been shaken, the desire for freedom creates the fire to burn all other concepts. And this desire has to be caught. When it arises with consistency, not to follow everything what the mind presents. The mind is absolutely, infinitely very creative. And it will suggest always better experiences for happiness or for peace. To maintain its tyranny on I am the body-mind. Otherwise there is nothing wrong with I. I alone means no I. Means you just realized who you are quietly. But somehow, for some reason, because of the past, and what has a past is I have a past. There is this attachment to what one knows, let it be suffering. So all that is part of the hallucination of somebody. It's a film, it's a movie, it's a dream. It comes and goes. Sure, it comes, it goes. You are not what comes and goes. You don't need to make it out. What am I, in fact? That is the question of the mind. It will not help. Or you have this burning desire to free yourself from the tyranny of what the mind presents, or you just keep quiet before grasping what you are used to grasp. If it is not clear, please hurry up to ask, what is your impediment? Why is it so? it doesn't need time. What needs time is to hear the direction, and that has probably to mature because of attachments and other desires. Otherwise, it doesn't take time. Because you are already what is never subject to time, what is not born, and so what will not die. Yes?
Sorry, I was a bit confused with this translation. So I have to look over.
What can be translated unhappily must be about I, except I agree that I can hear another direction to make itself aware that it is just an unreality what is seen, what is believed, what is experienced, what is known, what is felt. All that is our senses and thoughts. Your real self gives the power to the senses, gives the animation, the functions to senses and thoughts. You are not the senses, you are not the thoughts. So, is there any doubt about it? Yes?
It's the problem with don't interfere, because it's still not the importance of keep quiet is clear.
Yeah.
And it's clear that it's not thinking and it's not thinking.
Yeah.
But sometimes there is somebody interfering, thinking he should cut off some stories of the mind.
Okay.
But also this is,
Okay, it can appear. There is really nothing wrong with whatever appears. What appears is that you may think it's real. Know once for all that it is just part of this manifestation and you are not that.
Yes.
And if there is a moment of feeling I am identified with that, or that you are feeling you are going with a movement of the mind, that the part is you have a wisdom now to root out as soon as you are aware of it. Something happened then? Tell me, something happened? In fact, there is even nothing which is rooted. Nothing wrong with the appearance. What is wrong is this misunderstanding of oneself. One thinks is somebody because he trusted all the experiences, the unclarity or the clarity gets and so on. That's why it's very important to hear the direction. If I looks like the first of everything, the start, it's very important to go back from where it comes, to go back to its source. That, for a period of time, that is called vigilance. Because you see, this, even if it is a demystified mind, or even my master, he used the word of this burnt rope. It will try to recreate forms and shape and names. So for a while, it's only for a while, one has to be vigilant when necessary. We underestimate the power we gave to this dream. That's why dismay happens. Rarely, in many centuries, one may get it, hear it at once. I've not been one of those. So for those who know themselves and still they feel that they are going sometimes with the time, with movements, they have not to believe that they are lost. It's just an old habit, the past. Even if it is with full power of reality, you just deny it.
So it's like the mind brings up the most horrible and painful stuff, just to
Or the most dear ones. Or the most dear ones.
Yeah, or that's,
Of course.
so I could recognize today in my work this game of the mind to
It is
try
enough.
to,
Yeah, but it is enough to see that. Where are you if you can see that? Nothing happens. You are that which is capable to be aware of all this game.
It was like in a moment, this is all the game for the person, but I'm not a person, so
Good,
this
is
the
good.
old game for a person.
Yeah,
What
and then you
all
keep
these years
quiet.
was,
I know. So you keep quiet. As soon as you can say that, you keep quiet. Let it continue. Let it disappear.
But
Yes.
still is a doubt there.
A doubt.
Still is a doubt because
What?
okay, it come from outside. Somebody told me you are not a person. You're not this mind. You're not this body. But it's also an information I get from outside over the senses. Somebody told me this.
Yeah,
Somebody
okay.
told me this. So maybe it's another belief,
Wait, then keep quiet, and then you will see yourself. Then keep quiet. Don't grasp this thought which comes. Keep quiet. Then you see yourself. What's that? Can you say, I am somebody, when you keep quiet? When that thought, I am somebody, passes, but you keep quiet means you don't grasp? Are you anybody?
No.
Then it's not from me, it's not an information, it's your own.
I
It's your
don't know what is here, because yesterday you
But
said,
who knows?
What's here? But I cannot reply.
But that's great. I am happy if you tell me that. That is the reply. It's not cuckoo. The mind may like to tell you it's cuckoo. It is the wisdom indicated by all the wise men of the history. The mind is cuckoo to have a doubt.
Yeah, he wants something, but there's nothing for the mind. It's nothing.
It disappears where you are. Where you keep quiet in your own self, the mind, there is no mind. You see? It pops up, it disappears. And we have been rolling millions of years because we have caught a thought. Maybe one feels enough one day. Maybe it is enough. I have seen enough. I've experienced enough. I've known enough. And I am still not happy and at peace. So there must be a way. There must be something wrong in what I think. And then comes the indications of the Buddhas or the wise men. For that, you have to get this intense desire to free yourself, because all the world, means your mind, will tell you differently. So now you are left alone with your own fire. I want to be free. You are not alone. You are for a while with the finger of the wise, telling, right direction. Don't doubt anymore. Keep quiet. You can doubt whenever you attain something. Then the same one who doubts, it's because he attains something, and you can lose an attainment. Then, you can doubt the reality of it. You cannot doubt about who you really are, because it is a manifestation of who you really are in this shape. Due to some past, it has taken this shape.
Because I'm here, I cannot deny that I'm here. So.
You cannot deny. It's so simple, it's true.
But you say to get strong, it's important.
Because you listen sometimes to your mind. Otherwise, why should I say to be strong? You are always yourself. But if you listen sometimes to your mind, I say, wait a minute, sometimes you have to be vigilant not to fall into these past habits. It's just past habits.
You also said to get very strong, you have to stay a long time with a teacher or in satsang?
At least in contact with satsang.
But if I cannot,
you can.
You can also say, this is also a story about time, because you say it's also in no time.
But my dear, all this talk would not be if you didn't sometimes believe you are somebody. If you are totally freed, why should I speak like this? No, it is up to you. I don't see anybody, but I somehow respond to somebody. So if there is anybody there, you take it. If there is nobody, you don't take it. To somebody I say, for a period of time, to have a strong background, to be very quick with this wisdom of demystifying what is the mind, you keep contact with satsang. Let it be alive, let it be with the books of the same lineage. Here I speak of lineage 2. Of course, in fact, there is no lineage because wisdom is always alive. And with YouTube nowadays, you have many means. And with your own investigation, if needed, otherwise keep quiet. Best. If there is nobody there, he will not feel concerned. And it's also good. It's best. If there is somebody there, doesn't matter. It's a question of a split second.
I didn't understand something what you said.
Okay.
You said when you say you have to be strong or that you don't grasp something. So is it also the I which has to be strong, or who is
Of course, my dear. You are not yet disappeared as I, otherwise you would not ask this question or be troubled by a question. So as a seeker, even if he disappears, that's what I say, one is too quickly over happy of its achievement to be free. Must be I somewhere, even if it is a shade of a seed of an I. There, one has to be vigilant for some time. When there is vigilance, means keeping quiet, not to take the risk, because it's a big risk. Oh, I'm free, I can do whatever I like, I can think whatever I like, I can go with anything, nothing will happen. You see, realization of the self is not a state. So it's not a fixed state. Yes. So it's just a question of what? You are already yourself. So if there is a search and you hear the direction to go back from where I rises, it means there is still an ear of somebody for that, isn't it? And so you go there. If, as I say, you can take it fully, there will be no question. So if there is a question, it means there is still, even if it is, as I say, a shade of I, there is still a risk. If you are compassionate with your own self, if you are compassionate with your disappearing I as a belief, every time you are compassionate with the mind, you have a risk to again loop. And you never know when you wake up.
just want to understand that?
Yes, so
first
be vigilant. Keep quiet. Yes, you want to understand why so much strength in keeping quiet?
No, but I just want to see if I understood you right.
Yeah, okay.
So first, the I is very catchy, always wants to grasp
It
something.
looks like, isn't it? Yeah.
And then the I becomes more strong, or more that it doesn't move so much anymore, and then the idea of the I get away.
Yeah, but you see, only when you keep quiet. You have to understand that there is no work to do because you are always yourself. But the mind will speak differently.
Yeah.
So you have to give yourself moments of ungrasping. When you do that, it's a direction you take.
But it's still the I, because who is not grasping?
It is
It's
still the I,
Okay.
but not a fat I, a fasting I, a demystified I.
Okay.
Yes,
I
yes.
understand.
So there, keep quiet again and again, you see. And then clarity, maturity of hearing this non-teaching will become so obvious that at some point there is no need of that vigilance. But I have seen in my short life, long life,
Long short life.
that too many got so-called realization of the self, and for some reason that I will explain, could be years later, they go in their memory to convince themselves they are realized. Because they have been too quickly over happy as a disappearing I, that they thought there is no I, there is nobody here. And so they took the risk to catch an idea from the mind, let it be an enlightened vision, an enlightened insight, you see. is too risky, one has to keep quiet.
Ganga,
Yes.
this vigilant part concerns only the mind,
I
only the I.
with wisdom.
Mhm.
Because to be vigilant means you have been keeping quiet. You know exactly what I mean. Because when you don't know exactly what I mean, it means there is some unclarity with concepts still. If it is the case that you know what I mean, you keep quiet, you don't grasp, you see, then if it is not necessary, don't be vigilant, just keep what
Yeah.
you are.
Yeah.
If the habits of the mind appear with such a strength that it may even make you believe that you are lost or you are somebody in something, you have to keep quiet. Vigilant.
Yeah.
Keep quiet.
Mhm.
Keep quiet again and again. You see, it's not to take risk. My master even said, the mind can be now a burnt rope. Still a burnt rope. Before it was like a snake. It has been demystified. It's a rope. A burnt rope. Don't take the risk. Because this magic of the mind will make it alive again.
Yeah.
That's what I say. Okay? Yeah?
I really ask myself
Yeah.
why I just can't do it.
Why you just cannot do it?
Why I just can't do it now.
Yeah, why?
Yeah.
Because
Why?
because you catch why. Keep quiet. Why do you listen to your mind? Who are you when you don't catch I?
I can't tell.
I think it's better. I think that's what indicates the wisdom.
Can I say that?
Of course. You know you cannot, but say it.
My mind. What is going on in the mind is that for my mind, yeah. it seems-
Yes, my
it
dear, you
seems-
demystify. Very good. My mind
my
says,
mind
but
says.
it's so good. Yes, tell.
My mind bubbles that the moment right now is the proof, yeah, that I'm not free.
But this is a talk of the mind.
This is
He
a talk
proved
of
that
the
from
mind,
the
yes.
beginning of your search.
Yeah.
That's why you search.
Yes.
So you have not changed an inch in your search, because from the very beginning, let
Yes.
it be 15, 10, 20 years ago, 40, you know you are too young, but I mean, it was because of that one search.
Yeah, and still this is there. This is
But
still
no,
there.
but even if it is there, what is it? A thought, an absolutely not valuable thought.
I know. At the same time, I know this.
Yeah, but
and
you
it's
don't.
still. Okay, then I would say, then I would assume that there is some fire or some clarity or vividness lacking, that I don't see it right.
It
or,
will.
or
it-
this doubt.
But listen, I think you don't realize that all what you express is the mind.
Yeah, no, this I know, but maybe only in the mind.
Don't make that difference. There is no difference. It is a delay of the mind to say. Many people say, I understand intellectually, but I don't. No, this mind is so clever. He's a cunning guy.
Mhm.
Okay, so what happens? Why one searched? Is because he believed his mind, yeah? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. He believed his mind.
Mhm.
Okay. When, at the very beginning of the search, the mind is so crowded with concepts that, of course, it cannot take it like this. You are already yourself, don't search. Generally, one cannot take it. Or he will transform that with another concept, and so on. So the search, for most of us, can be different, takes some time. What is this sometimes? It is clarity, getting more clear, dropping concepts, being more empty in a way. But still, the I has not been touched. And the owner of this mind, the seeker, has not been touched. So at some point there is so much clarity, not too much concepts grasped, that he can hear. Oh, it's not about clearing up the mind after all. It is about grasping this I. It's also a thought. It's I when I pronounce it as a seeker, as somebody. It means I am body-mind. It's also a concept.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to go back from where it rose, or I keep quiet means for an instant, I will not grasp it. So, if you grasp your mind, it means you grasp something, isn't it? You don't keep quiet. And this mind, will you believe that it will help you for realization?
For sure not.
For sure not. Then why are you disturbed by what it tells? Huh? Why? It will be his way, you see, to keep you in the mind. It will disappear when you don't care about his absolutely great talk. Huh? That itself will not appear also. It's a kind of attachment to this kind of talk. But keep quiet, the mind will never help you. That has to be clear. You tell me it's clear.
It's clear, yeah.
Oh, then where is the problem? You want to have an enlightened mind. Then let it be as it is. Who cares? Yeah. Oh, very good, you spoke.
One more.
It will be infinite,
Not about
huh?
what we not about we spoke right now.
Okay.
Not this, just, I would like to ask you, because you said times ago that you had in your life glimpses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then you thought you got it already, and then it went away. But it came back.
No, nothing came back.
But my question would be when
Nothing came back.
nothing came back, or at a certain time nothing came back. But this, can you say, in glimpses, I mean, the essence of a glimpse,
Yeah.
when the self shows up, I know this word recognition already contains the mind or expresses the mind, but still I use it now.
Yeah, I hear.
So when you have it like,
A glimpse.
let's say with 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, yeah, and when it, my mind figures it out, when it is stable in future or right now, whatever, is it the same thing? Did you recognize it before? Can you say, I know it from before? Is it somehow
You mean
relating
the
self?
glimpses already
The
showed me
glimpses.
that? Never. No, a glimpse is completely different,
It's
but it
only-
makes you believe it is that.
It's
Because,
only a belief.
yeah, it has
And
nothing to
that's
do.
it.
Glimpses,
Yeah,
it's an experience,
it's
you
an
see.
experience. Yeah. Okay.
It's like, okay, you may have a glimpse of exactly fitting what one hears from what one is, but it's like a painting on a canvas a painting which is perfectly made out of the landscape. The painting is not the landscape, huh?
Because it's all time the past. It's all time a remembrance.
I mean,
remembrance.
it's an analogy. It's just to say that it has nothing to do. It has nothing to do. The painting is not the landscape.
Okay.
The painting of the landscape is not the landscape. Yeah. So, to realize is absolutely not to go back to a glimpse that it will be suddenly permanent, you see. It will never be permanent, the glimpses, and there is, because it happened to someone, it's an attainment of someone. An epeli, it stopped, it disappears because the mind, listen here now, the mind has not been, kept a few concepts. So it comes back, there is an agenda with the mind to keep concepts.
Mm-hmm.
So of course, once you start to understand what happened to you and all this game, everything is again in the mind and the memory, to quite a good print is there. And glimpses have a very good thing about it. It's that it gives you more fire to really realize. That's a very good thing of the glimpse.
Mm-hmm.
It's a beautiful gift on the journey, in the journey. It gives you really the more attraction and love to be yourself. But it's not that, it's still somebody, the seeker, who attained for a while something which looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Is it clear? Very good. Yes, who is speaking?
So the experience of not to be the doer is also a glimpse?
It can be. It can be.
Because I got the experience for 10 weeks
You see?
or something.
Then it's
I
the
was
proof.
not the doer, and then
It's,
I was
yeah.
thinking, okay, this is total
Yeah.
freedom.
Yeah,
And then all the stuff came back slowly.
that's what I say. Yeah.
That's a glimpse.
It's a glimpse, yes. And you see, a glimpse will always present an aspect of a trial of description of who you are, and where it is also said you are not the doer anymore and all this. And you will live that, you will experience that for a while. But then it disappears. Why it disappears? Because it was an attainment, an experience of I. I experienced that. I could describe my realization. I'm not the doer. You see, when there is realization, there is absolutely no need, I would say, comment est-ce qu'on dit ça? Something banal in the Advaita. There is nobody there, but not as a concept. To care if doer is there or not, because it is so clear that in the thoughts there will be sometimes a doer and sometimes a non-doer, but it is in the experiences, in the dream. You see? Yeah.
Because this became a strong trap of non-doership.
Of course, my
I
dear.
make no decisions anymore. Decisions coming up by itself. And
I
all the
know, my
stories,
dear.
You know? And it's a very bad experience of that time. Because,
Don't say it is a bad experience. Thank that experience that it left you, because then you say, aha, it's not yet that. Okay, very good. I have to keep quieter. Yes, very good. You will not fall into that trap, at least when it presents itself again.
Yeah, my people tell this for years. They're telling, oh, there's nobody and you have no choice. You have no
But that's
free
what
will.
I say.
No free will, you know, this story about free will or no free will, you know, it's a big discussion, and
Where there is a discussion, it means there is still some opinions. Huh? Who has got an opinion? In fact,
Because
it's.
free will or not, if
But
people
listen,
still
we
suffering,
understood,
still
huh?
suffering, you know?
Yes, we understood. Yes. Yes. Yet, of course, if you still are here in your mind and if you still struggle, those questions may be very important to solve until the moment you hear, "Oh, but it's not at all through the mind that I will realize. It's not at all through solving questions in the mind. There will be never an ultimate answer which will fix me once for all in this realization." It's an illusion. You see? Now you know. Very good. Excellent. That's how one can finally keep quiet, you see. I don't say as a fixed state, but finally keep quiet, not to grasp always those extraordinary suggestions of the mind. Yes,
I have
please.
one question. You said
Yes.
something yesterday and I didn't get it,
Okay.
and maybe I will repeat it wrong.
Yes? Oh, no, whatever, you tell me.
I think you said, like, wherever there is an experience, there must be an I.
An experiencer, yes, right.
Yeah, and that I don't understand.
So who doesn't understand just now?
Yeah, like...
No, tell me. Who is not understanding?
Yeah, the mind. It doesn't make sense for the mind.
Whose mind? It belongs to whom, this mind?
I'm not sure if it's personal.
It is personal. Be sure of it. It's much better. Because then you will understand what I mean. You see, whenever there is something coming, like a question, or like an experience, like an understanding, like a feeling, an emotion, a sense of, it belongs to whom? How can this come up if I doesn't wake up?
Yeah, that's what I don't get. Because,
Yeah.
like you said, there's the dream. And the dream is there as long as the body-mind is there.
Yeah, but the dream, when you are you are in the dream. In the dream, you never know you are in a dream. It is something you cannot make it out. That's true. That's why you may not understand. But still, in the dream, somebody says, "Wake up, you are in the dream." And maybe, at some point, you will wake up.
No, what I meant is, like, if there's the dream and there's the body-mind.
There is body-mind. Huh?
There's
Okay.
body-mind.
Okay, what
But
is
then-
the question?
But then there is an experience of the body-mind.
Yes.
That's what I meant. So
Who has this experience? The body?
body-mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The body alone has this experience? A body is inert by itself.
Is what? Sorry.
Inert.
What is it?
Inert. Lifeless. Lifeless. It's a flesh.
Yeah, but doesn't it feel itself?
Who feels?
Yeah, that's my question. Is the body...
I. You see, this I, nothing wrong with I, when he doesn't think he's a body-mind. And it is I, with all what it is, which gives this Shakti, this energy, to the senses of body and the brain, the mind. But one confuses this I, who you really are, for body-mind. You have just to hear that who you really are, you pronounce I always, but you glue body-mind. I alone is the self. Is what is. And when I speak of an experimentator, it's because he's glued to the body-mind. I experience this, and you believe this is real, because it's me who experiences. You never question the reality of the experience.
Yeah.
And of the experiencer. What is the experiencer? Normally it's just the self. But you believe it is body-mind. That is the confusion. Nothing else.
I didn't get you, sorry.
What you don't get?
Huh?
What do you don't
But
get?
what you just said.
Because you think that
Like, maybe
what gives life to this? What gives life? You see, when this body-mind dies,
Yeah,
the cells listen to me.
yeah,
It's not I who dies. I never dies.
yeah.
It is the cells and the brain that dies.
And with it, the experiences of that body.
Of course, I mean,
Yes.
if you do like this is no more there. It's unplugged in a way. It's unplugged.
Yeah,
The self plugs the body-mind, plugs the whole manifestation.
so okay, let's try
You-
something. If I, like,
Okay, I mean,
if there wouldn't be an attachment to a body,
okay, yeah.
would there be a body which experience something?
Must be. The body will react to the circumstances of the dream.
So, and that's what I meant at the beginning. So there is, does there need to be an I if there's a body who experience? Like that was my first question. Like you said, if there's
Yeah,
an
that's true.
experience, there
No,
must be
no,
an I.
it's true, the body alone. It is a identified I, okay, identified I which experiences, yeah, okay, to circumstances. But it's identified.
But that's exactly my question. Is it always identified, or can there be a
But
body?
in the dream, it's a dream. For example, it's not that you get free. You are in yourself. You realize yourself. Okay? Do you understand that?
I realize myself.
I mean, it's what we speak about. Okay, you realize who you really are. Let's say like that. Listen just a second. It doesn't mean that I, who has this body-mind as mine, I have this body-mind, this is in the dream. But who you realize as realization of who you are, it still sees it. And still it is the same in the dream.
Yeah.
What is realization? Is just to see that you are in fact not that. It doesn't mean that the dream will change.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Oh, okay.
So that's what I meant, because I said, like, if there's no I, what means for me to wake up, to see there is no I, but there's still the experience.
Listen, it's very complicated for me. In fact, I cannot explain better than this.
Okay.
So now, who is asking this question? Who is trying to understand now?
I don't know.
But you must know, my dear. This you must know. It must be. I will ask you how to make you feel this. Who are you? What you will tell me then? Somebody comes and tell, who are you? I don't know you. Who are you? What you will tell?
You know, normally I give myself a name. I would
Yeah.
say,
Or
whatever.
why you say normally? You will do. I am Fabienne, or I don't know what's your name in fact. I am a woman. So you always refer to your body-mind. So you say I am. Identification with body-mind. There is a I.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah, okay. So there is a I.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And this I am, this name and this belief because it was the experience of the body, a woman, for example, it is a manifestation, a mirage, because it comes and goes. It goes on changing, of who you really are, which I'll call the self instead of I, otherwise with the language it's too complicated. You understand?
Yeah.
Ah, then it's all right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I just want to ask something to make sure
Yes, of
I
course.
got you correctly. In
Yeah.
the beginning you mentioned you alone, I alone. What do you meant the self on I alone?
Depends on the context.
I-
Okay, as I say, I could say, I generally don't speak like that, but why not, you see? Who you really are, or I alone. Ramana Maharishi said I, means I alone, means I, the self, without identifying with a concept. That's all. That's why he repeated I, but just to show it's not the identified I, he said I.
Okay,
I say self. Someone will say whatever.
okay.
Clear?
Thank you, yes.
Sorry, just a fisherman will help me. Yeah.
But for the self, yeah,
But be aware, just so that you know where you go when you say
yes,
but. Huh?
yes.
Okay.
Without the body, there is no channel to experience. So let's say without ears, I cannot hear. Without eyes, I cannot experience.
Why you go to your mind? You see,
Yes, okay.
those talk, you see, I understand when you are a seeker, you want to be clearer and clearer. And of course, there are many extraordinary explanations about this manifestation. Yoga Vashishta, for example, is one of those books. It's amazing. It's extremely interesting for the mind to clear up or to appreciate or to know the structure of this manifestation and all. But my dear, it will not help you for realization. So, of course, there is a time, if you are really curious, go for it. But know that soon or later, you will not be happy. You will be completely unsatisfied because it doesn't touch the real mirage, the real root of this so-called dream, which is I, which is the grasping I as mind and body. I always come back to reduce it to. So one has to free oneself from gluing himself to a concept. And in reality, we are never glued. That is also the main extraordinary thing. We are never glued, but we grasp.
And this stuff came up because of the question, who's experiencing?
But you see, only a seeker asks this question. Only a seeker, quite mature, sees the importance of the question. It's the only important question for a remaining seeker. And it may take some time so that it is effective, because still some may have still a few concepts or attachment or desires in the dream, in the world. Otherwise, one instant may be enough to disappear as a reality of somebody. Yes.
So actually it's funny, that we are here. This I, who is gloomed, identified, goes to satsang, asking how is it to be in a realized situation, and will never ever get a question, because this state definitely must be beyond this state. So even one cannot even do something, because the doer again is the identified.
My
I.
dear, you got matured maybe, I don't know, what is your journey? Quite a few years of journey?
Yes, many years.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you must admit that at some point you get mature to hear what in fact has been told you from the first, once you went to satsang.
Yeah.
Okay. How come at first you didn't get it? Because you had to get matured, means dropping concepts, and so on and so on. Yeah? Now you may be mature to say, but how come we still play with our mind? It's, of course, keep quiet. In fact, nobody told you to search or even to put a question. You keep quiet. Means don't grasp your mind. That's all. Isn't it?
And it's a beautiful space also to be.
It's
in
too
this
much
space,
to say so.
in such a
Don't go
flow.
there. It's too much. Don't go there. At some point, the space will not be beautiful. And then what you will do? Don't grasp those things. Be radical. Otherwise, you take risk. You take risk. You will land in a beautiful space. And then what? When it disappears, what you will do? Come back to Satang. Who has the need to always describe? I mean, who has the need? Must be somebody. What is the need?
I have exactly to this point something. Yesterday I met the family of my boyfriend, and we were eating together, and I had the feeling they were talking about thousands of stuff, and I was thinking, or I just felt, I don't feel like I feel like I'm at home here. So
Yes,
they're
of
just
course.
with their minds from one story to another, and then I came here and I felt like,
But of course,
yeah,
you
but
are.
then,
Yeah.
wait.
Aha. This but came, and that is the mind, and the mind doesn't feel very comfortable here. I tell you immediately. Yes.
Pardon? My mind?
You said but. You are not even aware that you grasp. But is grasping the mind.
Okay.
The mind will not feel comfortable because he knows here it is questioned as reality. Here it is said, keep quiet, don't grasp the mind. You think he's happy?
You make me confused now. I want to finish, please. So I was here, and then I was like, okay, I feel like I'm at home. But then I asked myself, but who makes this difference? That there, I think, all of this,
The seeker.
the seeker. So, but it's okay. But when I don't would make this difference, I wouldn't come to satsang.
Let us see. There is a new wave nowadays that it's very wrong to continue to go to satsang even when you are quiet about it. And then I am the one to say, maybe it's very wrong to have this concept. Welcome to satsang, always. Satsang never binds you, I tell you. So feel home, very good. But more you feel home in satsang as a seeker, more differences will disappear. Don't
When
worry.
I'm outside of satsang, or I didn't understand now.
More you feel home, more you feel this is your home. Of course, because here there is always a throwing you back to your own self. And you love it, of course. That's the attraction of your search. Now, of course, since you are still somebody, at times, you go in the world and you don't feel comfortable. You don't feel happy anymore there. I say the difference will disappear when I disappears, when the seekers disappears. Don't worry. How to make the seeker disappear? Not grasping how. Keep quiet.
Not grasping home.
How?
How?
How the disappearance of the seeker, I say, when you don't grasp how, and keep quiet. Very nice. Yes.
So I have a question about the power of the mind. So when you realized and a thought comes up like, oh, I think I got it, then you lose it already.
Yes,
Isn't this?
right, my dear. Yes.
So what to do then?
It's not that you lose it. It's that if you grasp that thought, you will lose it.
Mm.
If you keep quiet, it's just a thought.
Okay. And then another question, when there is a glimpse of the self,
Yeah.
and then you think, or somehow it is that the body-mind says, oh, I would like to see more consciously, just to be conscious with it, then it goes away as well.
Yes, my
doesn't
dear.
it?
Because they are glimpses, they are experiences, they are insights.
Mm.
You see, keep quiet. The self will reveal itself by itself. You will not need the mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's
So
no
it's
problem.
very good because you are aware of that. Huh? Yes.
De bármi, aminek tudatában vagyok, az nem lehet az.
Anything which I know,
Mondod.
it cannot be that.
Very good.
De hogyha mégis valamilyen oknál fogva mégis megragadok valamit,
But if somehow I grasp something,
mindig föltéve a kérdés, mindig én a válasz.
always ask the question who, the answer is I.
És
No. You are right to say, I understand something, so who understand is I. But if you ask, who am I? It is not to go back to the mind to say I. It is exactly the opposite direction. It will give you an answer which is not mental. It will lead you to your own self, which has always been there, but you thought you had the illusion it was not there. Where is I then? Did you follow me? When you ask, who am I? Who has this experience or who understands?
én.
The question is in direction. Do you feel that? It's a movement. It's not a movement which goes that outside. It's a movement which goes inside at the source of things. When this question ends, you are at the source of things. Keep quiet. And then you get more and more aware, that whatever rises is only mind.
Beindult egy ilyen aggodalom, hogy azt hiszem, hogy tudom.
But,
mindig ide kell visszamennem, és ez is aggasztó, hogy valaki tudja, hogy ez a megoldás.
But a worry just started that I know.
Hát, hogy most azt hiszem, hogy tudom, hogy ez a
It's a
megoldás,
good
az is elég aggasztó.
I think I know this is the solution. This is also very makes me very.
I know what? I don't know what?
El tudom mondani még egyszer.
Hát azt, hogy ez itt a megoldó képlet.
This is how I should solve it.
És akkor megint itt van valaki, aki tudja, hogy ez a megoldás.
And there is again someone here who knows this is the solution.
But no, you don't listen. You take the question in the mind. This question is a direction. I think you don't understand. Listen, I will try to do it in front of you. Try to watch. And I try to express. No, but it's so simple, but you have to try. If I say, who am I? In the mind, it's like, where is the cheese? And then you will say, in the cupboard, in the kitchen. Who am I in the mind? It's I who asks. You remain in the head, in the mind, in the brain. Mm-hmm. Who am I is so precious. It is the ultimate question of the mind. Subjective question. It's a direction. So you ask now, I am leaving my mind. Who am I? It ends somewhere. Keep quiet. And don't grasp the appearing mind which may come. Don't grasp. Try to keep quiet. Did you see? Did you see? They take the train, they have to lose their luggage here. Yes.
I can't say other than there is still the I. There is still the I.
Yeah, well, me too, I have an I appearing. Nothing wrong with that. Who are you? Who says? Who knows there is an I? What is it? Cannot be I, and then. What is it which is aware there is an I? You see, I am aware there is this flower, yeah? So what is aware is I. Yeah? Now I am aware there is I. I becomes the flower. Keep quiet from where you are aware of I. That's yourself. Yes.
I followed your instruction. I put the question when I in reality, and when the question ends, I keep quiet.
Yeah. What you want more? What do you want more? What do you want to know more? What do you want to experience more?
I don't want to experience.
What do you want to know more?
I don't want to know more. There is still a seed.
Keep quiet. Keep quiet. Don't go there. The mind will suggest even a baobab in the end. The thrill.
I wanted to ask, what is a risk? What you thought about?
If you keep quiet, there is no risk. The risk is to grasp, and then you fall into the magic of the manifestation and you believe it's real.
But how does it look like? What?
To keep
A risk.
But the risk is that you will search again and you will be miserable again. And sometimes you're full, of course, but it goes on changing all the time.
How can I recognize that it's a risk? What I take
I
now?
tell you. You don't know yet. I tell you. You trust me. Otherwise, why you come to satsang? I tell you it's a big risk. Don't do that. You learn your lesson. Of course, you may fail a few times, but you learn your lesson. Oh, I went, and you see what a loop I did. So you try to keep quiet more and more. Instant. It's just an instant. I don't mean you have to keep quiet for even 1 hour. It's not possible. Just instant. You will more. You see, the beauty is that to keep quiet works everything by itself. It will show you more and more what is grasping the mind, what is mind. And since you hear and you trust that whatever appears is mind, you will not go there so innocently. You want to be free, so you would try to keep quiet in yourself. Doesn't mean your body mind can do whatever, but inside. You understand? You start to understand, and you will understand more and more when when more and more you keep quiet. What Jill is, well, what she's thinking. You were somewhere.
Yes.
Doesn't matter.
Because
Because.
the body mind eye, the flower eye.
You are a gardener, you love gardens. Yeah.
Just your example. The body mind I was experiencing fear and so it's
Don't listen to this.
I just let it be.
Reject it. Don't listen. Where is it? When you don't listen now, where is it?
It's not here.
Ah.
It's memory.
Ah, very, you see. Not even memory, it's gone. If you go to memory, you go to the past. Big trouble. Ay, ay, ay. Fine. Good. You? Chandra? Good? Oh. Tell me something. No. Why no? Because you realize that it's too much mind? Oh, why you say no?
I guess yes. Yeah.
Good. It's very good to see more and more. I have been living up to now with the mind.
Yeah.
Huh? It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. But you are not obliged. You can be freed. Not that the mind will disappear, but you will be freed from its tyranny, which creates the so-called reality of it.
still like to clarify something.
Please.
I would say like a year ago,
Yeah.
in Satsang, there arose it looked like, arose by itself, a huge silence.
Okay.
And I was very happy with it.
Yeah.
And the need to ask anything was gone.
Yeah.
Completely.
Right. Yeah.
But it faded away after
Yeah.
some days, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I was okay with it.
Okay.
This was no problem.
Okay.
And 2 months ago in Satsang, I don't know, for some reason, I got I spotted it.
Yeah.
Somehow it came to my mind.
Yeah.
Exactly that happening.
Yeah.
And I realized that almost at the beginning there was the mind, and I made a certain deal with the mind. And this insight shocked me, because the mind came really in like an old friend, and that I wasn't. I didn't react at all to that, not at all. And from there on, really, it really brought me into problems, and brought me into...
You took a risk. You took a risk too early. To
And what I want to clarify is,
Yeah.
when I know right now, it was all in the past, it was all now, I can only speak about an experience, but this silence which came up, I would say, for me, it looked like the self, because I couldn't interfere with the mind or the body. It was not, there was no...
Still,
I didn't
dear,
ask for it.
Still, my dear, it was not there before.
Yes,
and
this is what I want to get clear, because I could see there was the mind, the thought, and there was this something, but I still would call it, there were someone who still experienced it.
Yes, it's true. That's
Somehow.
why it could leave you. But that's right.
And this is still the I.
Very good.
So both, yeah?
Yes. Yes, excellent, you see it. Yes. Next time you will not fall into that trap. It appears, you enjoy, it disappears, that's it. There was nothing real in it. It is just a manifestation, as everything else is the manifestation of the self. It is not more true or real than anything else which appears.
I understand that very clear, but right now I can imagine that I can deal with the thought, but I can't imagine to deal in this way with this, with this what I call
You
now
learned your
silence.
lesson. I trust that you learned your lesson, so whatever will appear, no, there is no exception to it. It is the mind. So, I and the mind. Don't grasp it. Silence. Wonderful. As wonderful. I am myself. You see, the realization of the self will never be an experience. There may be an experience in the dream, suddenly something, it's not it. It is from where it came. That's who you are, from where it comes. No exception.
This
No
is
exception.
not to imagine. This is really...
I know.
This is
I know. I know. I'm very happy for you that you keep quiet now. Learn your lesson. It's amazing. That's what I say. Don't take any risk for a while. Keep quiet, keep quiet, keep quiet. Excellent. You see those glimpses also, I would call this is a glimpse. Those glimpses also is because, oh, what I wanted to say, wait, it was nice. It's because there is in the mind still one concept, that realization. No, it's not that I wanted to say. Glimpses will always, realization will also appear with an experience, as a glimpse. The problem is, when you have not learned your lesson, you take even that event for it. When you learned your lesson, even if it appears, you don't take what appears for it. That's why I'm very happy for you.
Because the mind doesn't go away because realization happens. It's there, so it will express itself in whatever. It will express.
But if you have not learned your lesson, you will take this experience. And that's why people say, yes, I got enlightened on the 3rd of September at 8 o'clock, 10 minutes. They took their realization for the experience of realization. Wait and see, it's lost after some time. And if they don't admit it, it's because they have to maintain an image for themselves or for others of a realized person and go to their memory. It's hard. Not nice. Better to be free. That's what I mean.
There are many who say that. Yeah.
Oh, don't go there. I don't go there. Let's be free.
And is there a memory about your realization that you know it was?
I will surely not tell it. Why should I tell a dream?
No, but is there a memory about the day when it happened?
Yes, yes,
So
yes, there is a memory. But I would surely not believe that that moment was realization. There was an experience. That was not it. It's from where it comes, that's yours. So if you tell a story of a seeker, this can be told in the story of a seeker. But it is not more valuable than any story. Yes.
I would like to get this more.
Okay,
Is it like this that
you got this experience just to know to whom I speak? No.
No, but it is. I can imagine. I want to ask you about this realization. Was it you? You must have been quite aware that it's happening, isn't it?
But that's what I say. I can't tell you on such in my story, means in the dream, because what is a realization is to see that all that was, oh my God, where I was in a dream. Yes. Huh? Okay. So in that dream, yes, there is somebody who suddenly clicks. Yeah. It's still in the dream. And the click takes a shape. Oh, I'm free, for example. Or something, even you see, it's in the dream. Now, realization, what is it? Is to just keep quiet where you always have been, regardless of experiences, including that one. Yeah, I'm clear?
Yeah, so if I understand you rightly, you don't speak about the story because you are in the States. But possibly there are people who say, but when does it happen? And so you could tell this was the day like this. Maybe you don't do it, but it would be possible to say.
Of course, but I always say in advance, but listen, that's a story.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, I do say so. Yeah,
but you
sure,
remember
I
this.
could. I could. But it will not help anybody. It will. So it has to be very carefully expressed, that story. Yes, of course.
So the click and the split second
Please,
is the
please,
same?
what?
So the click and the split second is the same thing?
To click is in the dream. What is realization? Is to see that there was never a thing like ignorance or even a dream, you see. Everything is the self. But the mind cannot conceive those things, huh? So.
And nothingness is also an experience.
What, please?
Nothingness is also experience.
You get this experience?
Yes. And I was
of course.
clinging to it, and then I saw.
No, very nice. Don't worry. You see, it's not a curse to have those great experiences. I will tell you what. It is a trap, that's sure, because you may believe this is it.
Yes.
But then there is somebody you know, so it's not it. But there is a blessing also. It gives you more fire, one-pointed fire to free yourself. So don't grasp it more than its lifespan, but don't spit on it also. Because you see, there is also a kind of cynicism. Glimpse! It's like shitting somewhere. No, no. The journey is a sacred journey. Even if one can say, sacred, she is in sacredness. It's not banal. I don't want to banalize this, you see, because you get free at some point. It is valuable, valueless, priceless. It is a birthright of your ultimate incarnation. I give full, I don't know, I have no better word in English, must be a better word than value. It's so horrible, this word value. It's so, how to say, what a precious, yes, precious, you see. No, I don't want to give concepts of precious and all that. I just speak to try to convey you. Go for it. But don't land anywhere. For that, don't land anywhere. Things will appear. You will have, these are the golden toffees. Come, my dear child, I help you. Come. Don't land there. Come. But don't land. Okay? Okay. Yes. You.
Már mondjuk mi?
Oh no.
Anyway, de ez végre, ha jól értem, ez soha nem lehet megérteni.
If I get it correct, it's not something, you can never understand it.
Yes, you can never understand it. That's why at some point you understand the wisdom of, I keep quiet. I will really, there is not an exception in any wise man since the beginning of the creation who has understood it. Mm-hmm. It's never understood. Why? Very simple reason. The mind disappears once it goes there. The mind cannot contain it. The self contains the mind and the body and everything. But the mind cannot contain it. You have to admit your defeat as a mind and surrender. Keep quiet. Good? Okay. Thank you very much. I was very happy with you.